I'm Lou. Thanks for visiting Toastmasters International to learn more about gestures and body language. Since 1924, we've helped more than 4 million people gain the confidence to communicate in challenging circumstances, and one of the most demanding situations you'll ever face is speaking to an audience. Here are some time-tested tips to help you prepare so that you feel empowered to impress others. As a speaker, you know that the messages your words convey can be helped or hurt by the messages your body sends. To be truly successful in communication, you must be in command of your hand gestures, posture, facial expressions, and overall body language. Or have you ever had any other problems? Nervous mannerisms with message. Worse yet, it can cause an audience to laugh or even leave if they find the mannerisms difficult to watch. Speaker 2.
This young man right here, I'm going to let him use my special mic. Hey, this is a big guy. Don't go, oh, come on, man. I mean, this is a... All right, what's your name?
Scott.
Darren Scott, what do you have to say?
I have to say why people hate you and why they supposed to love you and God is loving.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, come on, hey. That's what I'm talking about. Darren, I appreciate that. What grade are you in?
4.
You're in 4th grade? Well, now, first of all, I did get elected president, so not everybody hates me now. I don't want you to... Oh, I got a whole lot of votes. I want to make sure everybody understands. But, you know, what is true is if you were watching TV lately, it seems like everybody's just getting mad all the time. And I think that you've got to take it with a grain of salt. Some of it is just what's called politics, where, you know, once one party wins, then the other party kind of gets, it feels like it needs to poke you a little bit to keep you on your toes. And so you shouldn't take it too seriously. And I don't have patience for cynicism right now. I think it's too easy. I think it's an excuse. The future is there for us to seize, but we've got to seize it. And if we do, then I guarantee you. I agree with you. Although, why don't I talk about it later? Because I'm just about to finish. You and me, we'll talk about it. All right, I'm going to be coming around. There you go. I agree with you. I want to hear from you. I love you back. You kind of screwed up my ending, but that's okay. That's okay. And we've got free speech in this country, which is great too. So, and for my Republican friends, I would suggest, I think this is a good agreement because I know that they're swallowing some things that they don't like as well. And I'm looking forward to seeing them on the field of competition over the next 2 years. Thanks very much, everybody.
Will guide you as you prepare. And when you perform planned gestures in a speech, you'll be able to channel nervous energy into constructive movement.
Language segment tonight, 3 interesting situations, beginning with the tension between President Obama and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu.
Obviously, there are some differences between us in precise formulations and language, and that's going to happen between friends.
And while Israel is prepared to make generous compromises for peace, it cannot go back to the 1967 lines, because these lines are indefensible, because they don't take into account certain changes that have taken place on the ground.
Here now, body language maven Tanya Robbins. So I'm not buying President Obama's contention that disagreements happen between friends. They don't look like they're friends to me.
Now, I would say that's a very, very big lie when we talk
I don't know
about
if
friends.
they lied.
Oh no, they don't like each other.
Oh,
They
you're,
don't like each
you're
other.
adamantly convinced of
I'm
that.
adamantly convinced that they don't like each other.
Persuade me.
Okay, well, when you look at two people who were friends, you don't see contempt in the eyes of one. So President Obama is looking, and as you see him, he starts to grab his chin really hard, and he's staring, and he gets that glare in his eye, and he's squeezing his chin as he does this. In addition to that, you can see the veins pulsing in his forehead, in his neck. When you see something like that, that's not a friend.
So all of this happened when Netanyahu was speaking?
Yes. And as he spoke, he also, you saw like a little bit of the sweat on his forehead. And when you see that, you recognize that he's getting nervous as well. That sympathetic nervous system kicks in, anger, frustration. See the sweat on his forehead?
Why can't they disagree about the policy and not dislike each other?
Because they were so disrespectful to one another. I mean, even the verbals, if you listen to Netanyahu, you heard the sarcasm in his voice. They were very confrontational, even here. So to me, it came across
I
as
didn't hear sarcasm as much as condescension.
condescension, sarcasm.
Right, like
I heard a little bit of both.
know this, Mr. Obama. You should know we can't
We
defend this.
can't do this.
Right.
And
All right.
that was
So
the
you were
sarcasm,
entirely convinced.
that they do not care for one another yet.
For all the choices, you can select those gestures that naturally fit what you want to say. Start by thinking about the ways you normally move and try to rehearse those movements that come naturally for you. And if you feel you have to force something that doesn't come out of your instinctive whole body movements, think of some other gesture movement that feels more natural to your style. Once you let go of the lectern and begin to move around, you can take note of which movements help get your message across. Beware of nervous mannerisms, though, and if you catch yourself repeating the same motion too many times, that's your nerves talking, not you. So, Solyndra, Fisker, and Tesla, and Enter One. I mean, I had a friend who said you don't pick winners and losers, you pick the losers. All right. So this is not the kind of policy you want. The losers, you pick the losers. All right. So the losers, you pick the losers. All right. So this is not.
I enjoy working with each and every one of them. And I know that each of you takes pride in what makes your hometown unique. You may be proud of your pizza, or your hoagies, or your barbecue, even though everybody knows Chicago has the best pizza.
Yeah, the assumption.
Okay, go ahead.
The assumption.
Thank you, Mr. Sherman. I want to thank you and Ranking Member Conyers for your willingness to work to make progress on this issue. Ending the bulk collection of Americans' phone records and making sure that other surveillance authorities cannot be used in a similar way are critical priorities. And I am pleased that these have been addressed in the manager's amendment, but I'm not satisfied with a bill that does not fully tackle transparency.
Donald, relax. Go ahead. I'm relaxed. You're the basket case. Go ahead. Go ahead. Don't get nervous. Go ahead. My name is.
Nothing about you that makes anyone nervous. People are actually watching this.
Gentlemen.
Well, I'm going to ask them. I gotta stop that. Okay, now.
The latest debate.
Hold on, I'm going to get my answer. He doesn't get to
I want to move on.
But
These are the rules.
he can't move on. You know what? He's interrupted the whole time.
I don't care how you do that with the public. We can get that dog following around, and every time they say these things, like, oh, Rick says something like, what?
What movements are your natural response to what you're thinking, feeling, and saying? Stop. I have a word of caution. Be careful that your gestures are culturally sensitive to your audience. Some gestures are offensive in one culture and not in another. It's important to know your audience and then plan your gestures in terms that they can understand and accept.
We've got Ed Pelosi, Mayor of Allentown. We've got John Callahan, Mayor of Bethlehem. I just want to clarify here. Ed's not running. John's running. That was first. So don't vote for Ed. Vote for Mayor.
Дмитрий Медведев стал сегодня председателем Организации Азиатско-Тихоокеанского экономического сотрудничества. Ранее этот пост занимал американский президент Барак Обама.
And I just said, Senator Clinton, look cheap. I'm all set. Won't you join me? And family, friends, and graduates, you can join in as well. Let me just let you know what we're going to do. We all raise our arms proudly and make our naturally given anteaters. And the signal will be 1, 2, 3, zot, zot, zot. We need to shake the rafters on this one. So 1, 2, 3, zot, zot, zot. All right.